with the normally titled Evening War Report. The International Criminal Court of Justice at The Hague came up with a ruling, a preliminary ruling regarding the genocide claim that South Africa filed against Israel regarding claims of genocide with Gaza and Hamas. The court recognized the authority of South Africa to be a claim. They recognized either Palestine, Hamas, Gaza, whatever, as a group. And they said that they did have jurisdiction. Israel is sort of a party to a genocide agreement, not really a member of the ICJ, but it's involved in some genocide agreement, not to commit genocide. So they did not order a ceasefire. They didn't do anything of the sort. They recognized the fact that Israel submitted proof of them killing people and invading Israel on October 7th, which was genocide. Israel did not bring a genocide claim against Gaza or Hamas because they were not a party to the ICJ agreement, I assume. And they basically said a lot of nothing. They said that Israel must be careful not to commit genocide. And they want a report from Israel within 30 days of what measures they've taken to not commit genocide. And that's not saying they committed genocide. It's saying they want to make sure there is no genocide committed. And that saying references to a Moloch in the Bible would be, they consider that to be a violation of genocide treaty. And so the Bible's genocide now, right? You know? And I don't think it was anything else. You have to encourage soldiers not to commit genocide. Excuse me. And what else did they do? And you have to get the humanitarian aid in. Well, we bring humanitarian aid in. The problem is Hamas steals it. So, will Israel write a report back to them? Yeah, I'm sure they will. What are they going to do? They're going to put documentation in there of Hamas stealing humanitarian aid. Will they accept it? Who knows? Will they rule that we're committing genocide? I don't know. Netanyahu came out publicly basically making light of this and not very interested. See, let me explain what this is like. Let's say you live in a neighborhood and there's a lot of cats. There's 20 or 30 cats, meow, meow, kitty cats, right? And they get together and they form a court. And they call it the International Feline Court of Meowers. And they find a German Shepherd who's chased several cats up a tree because they trespass on his property and steal his food left outside by his owners. So the cats get together and they form a court and they bring the German Shepherd into court and try him not for genocide, for kittycide. Now, that's a moronic story I just told, but that's a good analogy of what the International Criminal Court of Justice is like. The people in Israel that get concerned over this really are in the world. They're not serving the Lord and they're not in the Bible. What do they expect? Now, this was a preliminary judgment, which leaves room for them to come back with a secondary judgment um, that could very likely say whatever we submit to them about our measures to prevent genocide, well, it's not working. We got numbers and it's not working. Therefore, you're guilty of genocide. They might be afraid to do it right now. Then the United States jumps in and says they want to monitor, they want to form a committee and monitor it too. So what the United States are doing with Israel is they're forming some sort of committee. So they're going to go to the ICJ and they're going to say, well, we're America and we saw what's going on, and they're not committing genocide. That's the intent of this. But it's not going to do any good. I mean, it's a joke. Every Israeli should realize the whole world's going to eventually turn against Israel, and God's going to save Israel. I don't understand why they don't realize that, but they don't. They keep thinking it's not going to happen now, but it's already happening. So they did not impose a ceasefire or a peace deal. A little while ago, a few rockets came out of, I believe it was Gaza, and people are starting to mockingly call these anti-genocide rockets, right? Shot at civilian communities. See, they can do what they want, but we can't. And Netanyahu tries to keep us in a yoke where we continue to listen to idiots like Biden and stuff like that. Biden is destroying his own country by purpose and design. What do you think he's going to do to us? Is that rocket science? Do you think the open border is not destroying America? Do you think 25 governors siding with Texas, or 24 siding with Texas, is in there 25 or 26, is normal? You think that's normal? Do you think has Biden addressed all those governors siding against him with Texas? Has he spoken about it once? Have you heard anything? I haven't. What could Biden do? He could do three things: ignore it, say, okay, I'll cut it out, or say, go fly a kite, have a civil war with me, see if I care. What do you think? Is there a fourth choice? You know, he can resign. That'd be a fourth choice. I mean, you know, what do you think he's going to do? Oh, we got a valid Supreme Court decision wherein the law Texas isn't. That's what he's going to do. What do you think he's going to do? What's his next move? I don't know. I don't know. Again, will he ignore it or will he do enforcement? And how does he do enforcement? He has a plan. He knew how he would do enforcement before this started. And Governor Abbott knew what he was going to do about the enforcement before it started. You think this isn't planned? You think you just get to be a governor in America without serving the unclean spirits? They got rocks in your head? I mean, you really believe that? How can you believe that? Satan's the god of this world. That's why this world is going away. The age is closing out to a new age. You want to keep believing it? You're under the influence of the unclean spirits. You believe it's going to continue forever. Believe me, it's not going to continue forever. That's his myth. That's what he tells his people. That's how they operate, not us. So, for 3 days now, people in Israel have been protesting against giving humanitarian aid for Gaza because it's absurd. They never, as far as we know, one of our members of Knesset, Lieberman, says that they never gave the medicinal aid to the hostages. They have never told us they did or they didn't, and they've never let the hostages see the Red Cross. So the people and relatives and friends of the family and just interested parties have had it, and they said, why should we give these coyote, which means animals, any humanitarian aid? They're not humans the way they operate, so why should we do it? So they're blocking it. Now with this court ruling, I think Netanyahu is going to have to unblock them blocking it, but I don't know what he'll do. I really don't know. Ben Gvir and Bezalel Smotrich, the two ultra right wingers, are saying that the whole International Court of Justice thing should just be ignored.
How come you had to scream? I was standing
So
right there.
we'll see what happens. I'll keep you posted. This is Moshe sending a Shabbat Shalom to all those who love Yeshua HaMashiach.